The most important thing I think that we seek in the new education policy is a focus on outcomes. So now that we have most Indian children in school, what we need to do is fix the quality of education. And to focus on outcomes basically means measuring them. The goal for this government should be, for example, that by 2019, when this government's period ends, 2019, every child in class 3 should be literate in what is expected of a class 3 child. That would be victory. I would say adopt the focus on school leadership. Don't have seniority as the basis. Merit should be the basis. And appoint a headmaster by the age of 40, if possible. But then even if it's not 40 is not possible, at least 50. But not at 58, so that he'll retire by 60.
The most important problem I suggest, why for 70 years post-independence, India has not been able to provide good quality public schools, is because the problem of teacher accountability and school accountability has not been addressed. The mode of thinking has been that let us put more resources, our schools are under-resourced, let us pay the teacher well, let us give enough teachers, let us make sure that teachers are qualified, that they are trained. That has been the approach of legislation. RTE Act is a prime example of the primacy given to inputs and to infrastructure provision. But that clearly has not delivered the goods, and that's a flawed model. There is no support for a inputs-based approach to improving quality of education. Teacher accountability is a really thorny and problematic area, but the way in which it is sought to be addressed in many countries is through bringing in accountability-enhancing mechanisms into education policy, rather than giving more inputs to schools. Teacher salary in India has been jacked up. The 6th Pay Commission doubled teacher salaries. The 7th Pay Commission has now been announced, and it is also going to increase teacher salaries to a very substantial extent. But these opportunities for demanding higher accountability from teachers in return for doubling their salaries or in return for increasing their salaries by 25%, those opportunities have not been taken. So I think that shoring up of teacher and school accountability is the key reform, and for that the most promising way of doing that would be through the modality of the school voucher.
The NEP Wiki is a good medium for people like us to raise our opinion and to influence the policy.
It's one way to recommend in an isolated platform, right? But it's another way when it's so dynamic that you could look what other people are saying and then probably even think again about what you initially thought of the policy.